the session. Today we will learn seaweeds, cluster elective paper, 8B3 post harvest technology. The major producing countries, namely Japan, China, and Korea, seaweeds are grown mainly for human consumption. Seaweeds are also used for fodder and in the manufacture of agar, carrageenan, alginates, mannitol, and iodine. These are some of the important seaweeds, that is agar agar, carrageenan, alginates, mannitol, and iodine. Generally, in industries and medicine and other food products, we are using these seaweeds. We all know, particularly in medicines, pharmaceutical companies specifically, they are using these type of seaweeds, that is iodine, mannitol, agar. China now produces on a commercial scale analog foods such as shredded jellyfish from seaweeds. Small scale farming of freshwater aquatic plants like the water chestnut, trap species, trapa species, watercress, that is nasturtium species, and water spinach, Pomoya species, Ipomia species, has been undertaken by Asian farmers for many centuries. But large scale farming of aquatic plants has only been done in the marine environment. It originated in Japan about 3 centuries ago. These are the some of the points. It is the culture of nori of the laver, that is Porphyra species, which continues to be the most important species cultivated for human consumption. Seaweed culture, particularly of laminaria, has advanced rapidly in China. Their use of condiment of vegetable is limited to Oriental countries and among certain ethnic groups elsewhere. Through the total per capita consumption is not very high, it is protein content is not low, that is 35.6% is dried nori, that is research done Bhardraj et al. 1972. The amino acid consumption is reported to be 10 to 30% of the dry weight, and the contents of vitamins A, B1, B2, B6, B12, C, and niacin are very high. In addition, these edible seaweeds have higher contents of the important minerals calcium and iron than vegetables and fruits. Fujiwara Arasaki et al. 1984. This research done published in 1984. The main groups of seaweeds cultivated for human food are the following. This is red algae rhodophyceae, Porphyra species, Gracilleria species. Red algae, that is belongs to rhodophyceae. Particular species is Porphyra and Gracilleria. These species we are using for food. Brown algae, Phaeophyceae, Undaria, Pinnatifida, Laminaria species. Green algae, Chlorophyceae, Enteromorpha, Compressa, Monstroma species. These three are mainly using for human food consumption. All are typically marine species, but there are differences between species in their salinity, and temperature tolerance. Many of them cannot withstand exposure to wide variations in salinity. Many of the edible seaweeds require lower temperatures between 10 and 20 degrees centigrade for rapid growth. They are largely intertidal and subtidal species, and the lower limits of vertical distribution are governed by the levels of light intensity. Reproduction can be both sexual and asexual. Some species of red algae exhibit a biphasic, that is gametophyte or sporophyte type of alternative of generation, while other are triphasic, that is gametophyte, carposporophyte, tetrasporophyte. The discovery of the microscopic Conchocelis space is Porphyra species has been a landmark in the understanding of the summer phase of the reproductory cycle of these seaweeds. Asexual reproduction by means of asexual, that is neutral spore, occur in the rather young stage of leafy plants, and this often accounts of the heavy settlement on collectors in culture operations. Vegetative propagation is also common among most of the cultivated species. In grassy areas, species favored as a agarophytes are being widely cultivated in several Asian countries, notably China, Philippines, and Vietnam. This research done FAO, Food and Agriculture Organization, in 1996. Chile has begun gracilaria cultivation on a large scale lately, and recent production as high as 120,000 tons has been reported. This reported Bushman et al. 2001. This research was done by Bushman et al. 2001. Integrated farming of gracilaria along with prawns and with salmonids in cages has also been reported by Troll et al. 1997. The latter has some ecological advantages because seaweeds make use of the nutrients, that is nitrogen and phosphorus and organic matter released by the aquatic animals, leading to sustainable farming systems. The nori culture system used to consist of bundles of bamboos or twigs of rocks or concrete blocks placed on the seabed of the monospores to settle on. The materials with their attached monospores were then transferred to suitable sites such as inshore area near estuaries for the development of thali to desired size. But the most common method now is the use of nets with a large mesh of 15 centimeter to 15 centimeter width and blends made of split bamboo strung with ropes and at intervals of about 10 to 15 centimeters, generally known as hibi. The spores are caught on these and transferred to suitable places for growth. Blasting rocky reefs or rock surfaces to alter depth and to expose additional surface for propagation is a common practice. Particularly in laminaria and undaria culture, the scattering of broken pieces of rock also helps to increase substrate area and eliminate unwanted weeds. Artificial seeding was started when more was known about the life history of the cultivated seaweeds, and various types of nets and framework of braided strings are now used for these purpose. In commercial culture of Euchimia in China, cuttings of plants are inserted in sublittoral reefs by divers. A new method adopted in recent years consists of fastening cuttings of coral branches with rubber rings and dropping them on the reefs. Divers rearrange them if required. Raft and rack culture are practiced in Japan and China. Brown algae, particularly laminaria, are often cultured on long lines of ropes. In ingenious way of cutting laminaria in China in the use of basket rafts consisting of series of cylindrical bamboo baskets tied together, each containing an amount of fertilizer which can be replaced when used up. Sporophytes are attached to the ropes tied along the sides of the basket. Instead of baskets, single rows of bamboo poles or synthetic tubing are also used to suspend young sporophytes with earthenware jars containing fertilizers hung at intervals of about 6 meters. A system of polyculture of seaweeds, mainly laminaria, has been developed in recent years in China on the Qingdao coast. Scallops are grown in lantern or pearl nets and abalones in plastic drums suspended from long lines between the seaweeds. Inorganic fertilizers is sprayed over the sea to improve the growth of seaweeds. The nutrients not used by the seaweeds serve to increase the production of algae which forms the food of scallops and abalones. This is the diagram showing the culture of laminaria in China. In some of the Asian countries like the Philippines and Taiwan, Gracilaria and Calopira are grown in ponds following many of the procedures common in fish culture such as pond fertilization, water management and disease and pest control. The culture of these species are largely for industrial use. Large scale seaweed culture for waste recycling and industrial use in North America is concentrated on growing the unattached masses in raceways and greenhouses tanks flushed with seawater. Raceways shaped in the form of V cross section and the useful ones with a single sloping bottom are used. With compressed air circulation, experimental culture of the carrageenan producing red alga hypnea in artificial upwelling systems has given encouraging results. Nutrient rich water pumped from depths of 870 meter into ponds was first used for filter feeding shellfish, and seaweeds formed a secondary crop. In terms of magnitude of production and the history of technological developments, the red algae nori or Amanopho and Porphyra is the most important among edible seaweeds in Japan. There are over 20 species of the genus, but only 4 species are actually cultivated to any appreciable extent. Porphyra tenera is the predominant species, the other being Porphyra angusta, Porphyra conidiae, and Porphyra educinis. Porphyra tenera is androdioecious, Porphyra conidiae, and Porphyra educicere monoecious and Porphyra angusta is dioecious. The growth periods of Tinera and angusta are relatively short and that of Porphyra ajoensis somewhat long. The slowest growth is found in Porphyra conidii. The species of Porphyra cultivated in China are mainly a Hastings in the southern part of the country and Ajoensis in the north part. The culture of Undaria. Undaria, known popularly Wakame, is an important group of cultivated edible seaweeds. Its culture is important in Japan, Korea, and China. The main species of Undaria cultivated is Undaria pinnatifida, which is in great demand in Japan for the traditional as well as the salted products made from its production by culture has outstripped harvests from natural sources. Two other species, Undularia undarioides and Undularia petiricinia, are also presently cultivated on smaller scale in the southern parts of Japan. These are cold water open sea species and can be grown only in areas where winter temperatures remain below 22 degrees centigrade. Optimal temperatures are different for different stages of the life cycle. Salinities between 30 and 33 ppm are reported to be optimum. The life history of Undaria includes an alternation of sexual and asexual forms. The macroscopic plant is the asexual form of sporophyte, which grows during the winter months at temperatures between 10 and 15 degrees centigrade. Asexual zoospores are produced by the sporophyte during the season and are released when the water temperature rises above 14 degrees centigrade. The planktonic zoospores settle within a short time on solid substrate like rocks, shells, etc. and germinate at temperatures between 15 to 20 degrees centigrade to produce microscopic gametophyte or the sexual plants. During summer, the gametophytes develop and by the end of the season, around September, the sperms are released and fertilized and ova within the oogonium to form the zygote which develops into the sporophyte. Undaria is a marketed in the dry state. Drying may be done in the sun or in a dryer. Salted Undaria is preferred by many consumers because it is convenient to use. Some are sold fresh in certain areas and if required can be stored under refrigeration. Culture of Laminaria. Laminaria japonica known as kombu is an important edible seaweed and a source of alginic acid in Japan. China was a major importer of Japanese and Korean laminaria until about the 1930s, when a local source of the alga was discovered, and in recent years its cultivation has expanded very rapidly. The reproductivity cycle of the species involves a long sporophyte generation and a very short gametophyte generation of about 2 weeks. The mature sporophytes form sori from which motile zoospores are released, which very soon attach themselves and germinate into male and female gametophytes. The zygotes formed by the fusion of the eggs and sperm released by the gametophytes develop into the sporophytes. This is the culture of the red Laminaria japonica. In this diagram showing the culture of Laminaria japonica. It is a seaweed. The culture of the red algae Yushima species has become a commercial operation in the Philippines for production of kappa carrageenan, the most successful species for so far the red algae Yushima cotinei. But the related species Yushima muricatum spinosum has also been tried. For the culture of Yushima cottony protected coral reef areas which a good water flow and temperature between 26 and 32 degrees centigrade are selected. Nets and long lines are used for suspended culture. A major factor in the success of commercial culture of Yushima cottony is the Philippines is used a clone of the species known as Tambalang. Tambalang produced by natural selection. It grows and multiplies rapidly and can survive in a wide variety of environmental conditions. Vegetative parts of the plant are attached to polyethylene nets and strung parallel to the bottom between poles. The seeds are attached with thin plastic strips which allow movement and do not cut the fronds. When the fronds reach a weight of 1200 to 1500 grams, harvesting is done by pruning about one third. Further harvesting is done when the fronds grow to the desired size, and this cycle is repeated. Long lines are preferred to nets for growouts as they are easy to maintain, although the productivity per unit area may be lower. Experimental culture of several other species of seaweeds is being carried out by many institutions and private enterprises. Chondrus crispus, that is iris moss, has been cultivated in greenhouses tanks flashed with seawater. Ischima isophorum has been cultured in tanks with slanted bottoms and circulating water to keep the plants in suspension. Studies on the growth of Hypnea musiformis in an artificial upwelling systems in the US Virgin Islands have been referred to earlier. Mass culture technique using sporophytes as seaweed have been developed for enhancing natural stocks of the kelp macrocystis. Methods for enhancing the production of Geladium, Amnisae and related species have been practiced in Japan for many years. Cuttings of plants are woven in protected bays where they generate new fronds. Rope cultivation techniques very similar to these used for Andreria are presently employed and the growth is enhanced with fertilizer pellets. Another species cultured in the Philippines is the green alga Caulifla, which is consumed locally as fresh vegetable and also exported to Japan in fresh or dried form. Its culture is generally carried out in ponds with clay loam bottoms and free from pollution as the plant is eaten fresh. The depth of water varies from 60 to 100 centimeter depending on the clarity of the water, and the optimal salinity is 30 to 32 ppt. The water temperature is maintained between 27 and 30 degrees centigrade for good growth, and since the alga is rather sensitive to intense sunlight, the water depth is adjusted so that the plants are only just visible from the surface. The water management required to maintain the necessary temperature and light intensity makes it necessary to site. Clopropods, where exchange of water is possible on most days of the tidal cycle. A water pH above the optimum of 7 to 8 can result in stunted growth and tough thali, and so is avoided. Culture of seaweeds for industrial use. Descriptions of seaweeds culture practices in this chapter are mainly focused on edible seaweeds. However, considerable amount of research and development underway as established viable species practices of intensive culture of seaweeds as source of agar, alginids, and carrageenans. Matheson 1986 has reviewed the work done of a number of species, and in this section experience in commercial farming of some of more important species summarized. Methods of enhancing and production of Gelidium amense and related species have been practiced in Japan for many years. Cuttings of the plants are sown in the protected base where they generate new fronds. Rope cultivation techniques very similar to those used for Undaria are presently employed, and the growth is enhanced with fertilizer pellets. Wide variations in environmental conditions. For example, it can withstand salinities ranging from 88 to 25 ppt and temperature up to 25 degrees. Cuttings are planted uniformly on the pond bottom at the rate of about 3000 to 5000 cuttings per hectare of pond. Supported by bamboo sticks dug into the bottom, the depth of water in the pond is increased to about 60 to 80 centimeter with the rise in temperature in June. Exchange of tidal water is maintained to provide additional nutrients and to adjust salinity levels. Inorganic or organic fertilizers are applied at the rate of about 3 kg per hectare of urea every week, or 120 to 180 kg per hectare fermented pig manure every 2 or 3 days at times of water exchange. If the water temperature falls below 8 degrees, either the depth of the pond water is increased or the plants are transferred to protected wintering ponds. Major threats and competitors in the ponds are overgrowth of algae, including enteromorpha and ketomorpha. The common control measures are to lower the water level and they reduce the water exchange. Plant additional large gracilaria to utilize nutrients in the pond water, and stock adult milkfish of tilapia about 150 kg weight and the rate of 500 to 1000 per hectare to feed on the green algae. Thank you for listening.